to get. So you have to decide whether you want to be a job seeker or whether you want to be a job creator. And I'm sure that you have all the capabilities. You can, if you decide that you want to be an industrialist, if you want to be an entrepreneur, just decide that thing. During our time, bank was not that generous. To get loan, it was a tough call. Today, bankers are coming to your doorstep, asking you to take loan without any collateral. Mind it. Yesterday, SBI Jammu and Kashmir head was here. SBI head was here, and he was talking, and he said that yes, we would like to help a student any way, in any format. So all banks are very, very open in helping students. You talk of angel partners, when you talk of anybody, they would like to collaborate with you. So depends on all of you, and take a time. If you want to start now, perfectly all right. If you want to start next year, no issues. But whenever you want to talk to the concerned professor, I told you the two names, Professor Burhan, who is this? Professor Burhan and Professor Pratik Jain. These are two professors. If you want to know anything about entrepreneurship, and they have already talked to all of you. Next thing is that, and this is the last point I would like to say, that whatever you do, there should be some degree of madness in that. Junoon hona chahiye life mein. If you really want to do something, give your life to that activity. There is nothing called impossible. Everything is possible on this planet. If you want moon, you can go to moon also. But decide that. That determination should be there. एक पागलपन होना चाहिए, एक जुनून होनी चाहिए. And that is required if you really want to do something in life. Otherwise, you have a choice. Lead a very normal life. After completing this course, getting a good job, have your own family, enjoy your life, decent life. But really, if you really want to serve the society, if you want to serve the nation, and in my opinion, life has much more than this normal thing. You feel very happy in giving something back to the society. So always remember that the society, if you are here today, it is because of the society, and you must start learning this thing that you have to give back to the society. That's really important, because there are many needy people in the country who needs our help, our support, our guidance. I'm sure that all of you are going to do that thing. And I'm also sure that each one of you is going to enjoy your stay at IIM Jammu. Wish you all the very best. Enjoy. Jai Hind.
Much, sir, for motivating the students and boosting up their morale with your kind words. So now I would like to welcome our chief guest. So a brief introduction. He's a member of Sri Rohit Kansalji is a member of the batch of 1995 of the Indian Administrative Service. He is currently the Principal Secretary to the Government of Jammu and Kashmir, where his responsibilities include the Departments of Power, Energy and Information. He is a Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical and is a management graduate from IIM Kolkata. He has worked in Jammu and Kashmir for over 2 decades, where he has led diverse portfolios and assignments. He is best known for initiating and implementing the very successful and innovative Back to Village program in Jammu and Kashmir, which has found mention not just in Honorable Prime Minister's radio broadcast Man Ki Baat, but also in his Independence Day at Fort, New Delhi in 2020. He has been invited by the International Renewable Energy Agency, World Intellectual Property Organization, and also has lectured at various institutions around the world. We are glad to have you, sir. So I welcome you.
My dear Professor B.S. Sahai, Director of IIM Jammu, Chairperson of the IPM, Dean Academics of IIM Jammu, Commander Kesavan, faculty members, other deans, and my very young boys and girls, mostly girls. So a very warm welcome to all of you at IIM Jammu, and my very warm congratulations to all of you for having passed an extremely tough, competitive, demanding examination and come here for a 5-year integrated program in management, which, as many of you will realize, will become one of the defining moments of your life and career. This is a diverse class, I am told, drawn from all over India. And the diversity of the class, as I said, is borne out by the gender mix, by the geographical mix, and I'm sure by the mix of backgrounds which all of you come from. And all these things, a competitive examination, a diversity in the group, an excellent institute, an excellent faculty, are the hallmarks of a good teaching learning program. So all of you deserve congratulations for having made it here. And I'm very sure that the next 5 years that you spend at this institute, as I said, will be your defining moments, molding all of you who are young boys and girls into young men and women, confident, proud, engaged, worthy members of our society. Your past 3 days have been what I have been told, an orientation program. And I'm sure you have heard a lot, not just about the institute, but about various other things from everybody who has come here. So I'm sure you have by now advice coming out of your ears about what is to be done, what not is to be done. So I'm not going to give you any long lecture. I'm just going to make 3 brief points, and I hope that these 3 brief points stay with you and stand you in good stead as you navigate this enjoyable, challenging, competitive journey through the portals of this institute. Now, my first point is very prosaic, very basic. What are you all here for? You're all here to get a good education, to get a good instruction, to school yourself in something that all of you hope will make you more useful for yourselves and your families, more employable. And you have come here to acquire market. I endorse this thought. And I think your potential employers will look at your years of instruction in this institution. And the very fact that you have managed to pass a competitive examination, come to this institute, pass out of this institute, will in itself be a signal to your potential employers to hire you. Your employers will not be able to individually sift out of the hundreds of applications that they get for employment. And what will stand you in good stead at that point of time is the signal that the training from this institute will give you. In that sense, this institute and its training will become a signaling mechanism to your potential employers to make you more employable. But you have to become worthy of this signaling mechanism. And how do you become worthy of this signaling mechanism? You have to become worthy of this signaling mechanism by establishing a consistency between the reputation of this institution and your own performance. Your employers realize that this institution is giving you a good instruction, it is giving you a good course, It is supposed to give you good skills. But are these aspects born out of your personality when your potential employer interviews you? And that is your responsibility. And how do you do that? You do that, as your director just said, by giving your entire attention to the task at hand, which is obtaining these skills, obtaining this instruction. So this means devoting yourself to your studies wholeheartedly, outside the class, inside the class, your curricular activities, your co-curricular activities, your case studies, and everything that is told to you by way of instruction. When we were in college, and I went to IIM in 1991, which is 30 years ago, we relied on what the teachers taught us. The internet had not yet come in. But today, all of you are existing in a hybrid mode. So you have to polish your instruction with the additional information that you gather, with the additional tasks that you do. Some of you may be starting companies, incubating companies while you are still in college. Some of you may be polishing your other skills. Some of you who may want to research, become researchers, may be trying to take up some projects, some research projects while you are still at the instruction stage. And these are the facets of skill, instruction, learning, teaching, research that you have to gather for yourselves while you are pursuing this course. But making yourselves employable is only one of the objectives of education. Why do we come to school or college? Is it only for picking up a few skills and becoming employable? Education is far more than picking up skills. Many of you who are students of history or otherwise students of literature would have heard of the European Renaissance. And some of you would have heard of what Shakespeare said about man. What a piece of work is man. How noble in reason. How infinite in faculties. In thought, how noble. So what is this Renaissance man that we are referring to? This Renaissance man that we are referring to is a complete individual. Endowed not just with skills, but so many other virtues and qualities which make him a complete man or woman. And that is the second mantra which I have for you. The second task that I have for you is to become not just learned young men and boys, but to become educated young men and boys. Learning is learning, just instruction. Education is all-round development. Management schools around the world are trained to teach you in what we call a zero-sum game in operations research. I am one if you are zero. If you are one, I am zero. I win only if you lose. Is there another way where all of us can win together? That is what our Eastern philosophy teaches us. Away from the Western dialectic materialistic model, which emphasizes competitiveness and a zero-sum game. But all of us can get ahead together. The size of the cake is large enough for all of us. And therefore, while becoming accomplished individuals, I would like all of you to become good men and women. And when I say good men and women, good members of society, conscious of your environment, sensitive to the needs of those less fortunate than others. Many of us may think that we are here because we are meritorious. Yes, all of you are meritorious. But merit is also a function of the family that you are born in. It is also a function of the school that you were more fortunate to go in. There may be people, there may be young men and women, young boys and girls who are probably more endowed than some of you. but did not have the benefit of a good instruction at school, did not have the benefit of the opportunity which was provided to you to take this examination and come to this college, did not have the benefit of being made available the fees which enables you to come and attend this institute of national importance. So as we study, as we become accomplished ourselves, we have to be conscious towards others who may be less fortunate than us. And as I said, we have to be good individuals in being collaborative, in being sensitive, in being conscious to the environment, in being conscious of society, and everything else that we are taught in schools by the way of moral science as being good individuals. At the end of the day, your accomplishments are secondary to your character as a person. And I think it is this character that you all need to build while you are at this institute. The third thing that I want to tell you is that all of you are inheritors of a 5 millennia old tradition and culture that is India. A lot of us have been taught to disparage what is India and Indian and look to the West for justification. Our philosophy predates the Greeks and the Romans. Many of our achievements in science predate Western achievements. When the world was learning the rudiments of technology, Indian philosophers, through their 6 schools of yoga, Vedanta, Mimamsa, Vaiseshika, were thinking of the reason of the existence of man, the purpose of life, the objective of human being. We have to be proud of this culture that we are all inheritors of. And it is not just philosophy, science, art, literature, sculpture. How many of you have gone and seen the beautifully carved Ellora temple, carved out of a single block of stone? Or the sculptural excellence that we have achieved in so many of our temples and secular buildings. Advancements in music, advancements in literature, in astronomy, advancements in mathematics. We gave the world the concept of zero, and so many other things. And I think as young men and women who are inheritors of this tradition, you should be proud of this. Being proud of your own tradition does not mean being insensitive or being oblivious of the achievements that other civilizations have made. It only means not being disparaging of the achievements that we have made. And I think we have to be proud of our civilizational values and cultures. And finally, I do firmly believe that there is a higher power which guides all of us. This higher power may be worshipped in different denominations by different people. But as Swami Vivekananda said in his 1893 address to the Parliament of Religions at Chicago, different faiths are but different streams which ultimately lead to the huge sea, which is the divine. So whatever your denomination, whatever your faith, I think there is a higher power which guides us. And whenever you are in doubt, whenever you are in trouble, I think you need to connect with that higher power. Look at it for advice. Look at it for guidance. Look at it for support. And as somebody has said, with faith in your heart, with God's name in your lips, and with all the effort that you can make, I exhort all of you to embark upon this wonderful journey and make for yourselves the best that you can and come out not just learned individuals, but as I said, educated young men and women whom this country can be proud of. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your words with us. And your words were full of enthusiasm and valuable knowledge. So now as we come to the close, so before this, so I would request Director, sir, to present a small gift to our chief guest. Thank you, sir. So as we now come to the close of our validated session, I invite Dr. Pankaj Agarwal, Chairperson, Executive Education, IIM Jammu, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I thank Dr. Kulvinder to have invited me to propose this vote of thanks. Again, let me begin with our chief guest, Shri Rohit Kansalji. Sir, you started off by saying that it is a defining moment for these students. But let me tell you, students, every time Rohit Kansalji comes to IIM Jammu, it is a defining moment for all of us because of the way he discusses issues which are so relevant, and he gives his learnings, his accumulated wisdom to all of us, that it is truly a defining moment whenever he comes. And he has been very kind as a friend of IIM Jammu, if I may say so, to have almost always accepted our invitations. Sir, you talked about so many things. I mean, how to summarize? I am speechless. You talked about past. When you talked about legacy, you talked about present, that what the students need to do, and you talked about future, that where and how they should groom themselves. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for highlighting the difference between character and personality. And in the long run, perhaps it's the character which stands us in good stead. So thank you so much for finding time to visit these young students and inspiring them, and also giving them a demonstration of the highest order of oratory, how this can be delivered. So thank you so much for that, sir. Now I take the opportunity to thank our leader, director, sir, who has been shaping this institution for a long time. And this institution and all of us are blessed with his leadership and guidance at every step of the way. He is a very hands-on leader, and anything that is happening at IIM Jammu, there are inputs from him which make it very, very different. Sir always connects management learning with the role that it has for society. And that is something which I personally admire. And today he expanded your thinking by talking about the joy of giving also. So thank you so much, Director, sir, for your wise words and your leadership. Thanks. I would be amiss if I do not thank our respected Dean, sir, Professor Jabir Ali, who has been playing a very instrumental role in almost all activities of the institution and in this program also. I came a little late. I missed your wise words, sir, today. But I'm sure Jabir, sir, as always, must have given you some very, very valuable inputs that will be very useful to you in your journey that is to come. I would like to thank the chairperson of IPM program, Dr. Kapil Manohar Gumte. I think he looks relieved already, right, that the program is ending. He's been working very hard to make it a success. Thank you, Dr. Kapil, for all your efforts. I would also like to thank all the faculty colleagues who in one way or the other have contributed to the success of this program. In the leadership of Commander Keshwan, I would like to thank all the administrative staff of the institution who have been in one way or the other supporting and contributing to this program. I also thank all the members of the media present here to spread our message far and wide. Thanks a lot for your uh, support to the program. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the students of IPM, the existing students, the new students. I have heard that you all have been great audience for last 2-3 days, and I hope you already feel enriched. So thanks a lot for your participation, and we have high hopes from you. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. So on this note, let's conclude this remarkable, memorable, and knowledgeable valedictory session. On behalf of the institution, we sincerely thank the dignitaries for being here with us this evening and enlightening us with their enthusiastic remarks. Thank you. So we all can stand for the national anthem now. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you. You all can proceed for the high tea outside.